18,325. It was that many days ago that Robert Michael Slossberg and then Ellen Marion Epstein said "I do" to one another. As some of you may recall, that was also the same day that the Pittsburgh Steelers beat the Oakland Raiders 13-7 in the AFC Divisional Playoff game after Franco Harris caught a deflected pass from Terry Bradshaw, ran 60 yards for the touchdown for the win, which is dubbed the Immaculate Reception. I think you all probably know what a big sports fan and football fan my dad is, and how much I'm sure he would have loved to have been there that day. But there's no doubt the place he really wanted to be was, of course, his own wedding day, where he began to embark on a journey of love, of adventure, and most importantly, of family. When my parents first told me they wanted to renew their vows, they said they wanted it to be about their grandchildren. It was their goal to share with Charlie, Juliet, and Jackson. Had to flip back in place, there we go. With Charlie, Juliet, and Jackson, the love and commitment they have for one another, in hopes that they as well would have this one day themselves. And this is notwithstanding the fact that both Charlie and Juliet, and I'm pretty confident Jackson as well, swear that they will never, ever, ever get married. But people change as they grow. And if they do get married, what they will have is an example of mutual respect, a commitment to communicate even when it's tough, and a genuine joy of being within one another's company. It would be a lie if David or myself were to say that our parents never argued when we were growing up. There certainly were those times where we hear, "Robert?" or "Ellen?" come out of their mouths while they were upset. But they always would come back to one another. This past week, my parents took us all to Disney World, and it reminds me of a visit we had about 40 or so years ago, which is a bit hazy in my head, but I remember being there. And I remember my parents, they got a little bit bugged at one another. I can't exactly recall why, the details are a bit hazy, but for some reason, my mom got really bugged and she walked off in some other direction. And pretty shortly thereafter, my dad decided, we need to find Ellen, because we don't know where she is, and there's a lot of people here in this park. So we were walking around the park, and I recall vividly, we're walking over this bridge. I'm holding my dad's hand, and I look to my right, and who do I see but my mom? And I'm like saying casually, because I didn't really know what was going on, "Hi, Mom." And then, of course, my parents saw each other. They both smiled. Whatever was bugging them melted away. And that's kind of how it always has been with them. Even if they get into arguments, they always find their way back to one another. Because what brings them together is much more important than the little things that from time to time bring them apart. In fact, I'd be hard-pressed to find two people that enjoy being with one another more than my parents. And thank goodness for that, because without my mom, my dad, who was notoriously bad for not drinking enough water, would constantly get dehydrated. And without my dad, well, who would rub my mom's feet? So I remember when it was either the end of high school or the beginning of college, my dad spent several months in France for work. And I recall asking him if he was going to miss my mom. And what he said to me is, of course, she's my best friend. And I think that sums up what my parents want to convey to Charlie, Juliet, and Jackson. This renewal ceremony was born out of a love for their grandchildren. And the original thought was to do something small and simple, just with immediate family. But it became very clear as they talked about it that something very big was missing, and that's, of course, all of you. Their family, their friends are so important to them, and you've all played such an integral role in their lives, and their lives have been enriched by the connections they've had with each and every one of you. It's not lost on me that while we're here today to celebrate, there are certainly several people that are not here that have left us too soon. And they, of course, will always remain in our hearts. I wanted to turn things over to my parents, to my parents to say a few things about their sisters.
So, welcome everyone. This is our time to honor our sisters. I will have to say, all three of them suffered very long and debilitating illnesses, and they managed not to complain. When they were with friends or their grandchildren, they allowed the sun to shine and make the most of it. Anita was my older sister by 8 years, and I was basically her spoiled, immature sister. We enjoyed shopping together, and she was a good role model as a mother. Arlene, Bob's younger sister, was a dynamite teacher and taught over 40 years. She was very lively, had a zest for life. We were just 3 weeks apart. Phyllis, also a teacher, was Bob's older sister by 3 years, and she was his hero. She loved being with people and forgot her pain when she was with others. So basically, all three of our sisters left a major impact on our lives. Now about their husbands. All were very devoted to their wives and never gave up on them. And they made it easy on us, and we are here to recognize them and honor them and thank them for all their love and caregiving.
Again, several things have changed. So we're now going to move to the main event, which are the vows, the recommitment to one another. Are you ready for this, Dad?
Yeah, I think so.
I need to we have to share glasses.
Ellen, you are the love of my life, my soulmate. The magic that was there 50 years ago is still there today. The magic sometimes needs a little bit of help, but that's okay. We really enjoy being together. We basically really like each other. And we see so many couples where that's not the case, but we have always enjoyed being together. We listen and learn from each other, and we respect each other, and I think that's key. And probably one of the things that keeps the marriage fresh is we laugh a lot. We laugh about cooking, we laugh about kids, we laugh about the bedroom, whatever. We keep the marriage fresh. Now for the next 50 years, to use a golf term, I think we have made the turn and we're on the back nine now. And we don't hear as well as we used to. We don't see as well as we used to. And there's a lot of things we don't do as well as we used to. And we depend on each other more. We can't remember the grandkids' names. We're constantly losing keys, whatever. So we are totally dependent on each other. And I love it. I enjoy being with her every day. So for the next 50 years or whatever it is, I hope we can continue to enjoy being together. And I'm sure we will.
Okay. Mine's a little different. 50 years ago, I vowed to honor and obey my husband. But the word obey should be omitted. Because it implies submitting to your husband, and that is not the way our marriage has worked. We have believed in love, trust, meeting our emotional needs, and freedom of thought. My husband is really the most loving person I know. He has allowed me to be myself and think on my own, and has never tried to control my actions, how crazy they have been. This is why today I honor him for treating me with abundant love and understanding. Our love has grown over the years, and we continue to share our lives together, enjoying each other's company. We will continue to, Today is a beautiful day to share with our family and friends, and especially our grandkids.
So now we're going to have an exchange of the rings.
Okay, thank you.
Good job, Jackson.
I have to pull it off. I tied it on here. Original rings, although sometimes it's nice to get a new ring. One, two. Okay,
so let's start with. I'm gonna. So let's see. Why don't you, Dad? Why don't you? Let me hold your ring, Mom.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So if you can put the ring on Ellen's hand, and if you can repeat after me.
Wrong ring.
Wrong ring.
Here we go.
All right. Okay. With this ring,
I, Robert,
renew my love,
my
respect, and commitment to you, Ellen.
It's too tight.
I will continue to love and treasure you for the rest
of my life.
days of my life.
Days of my life.
That worked out great. Okay.
Very good.
Okay.
All right. Now with this ring,
with this ring,
No, wrong thing.
with this ring,
I, Ellen,
I, Ellen,
renew my love,
renew my love,
my respect,
my respect,
and commitment to
and
you,
and
Robert.
commitment to you, Robert.
I will continue to love
I will continue to love
and treasure you
and treasure you
for the rest of the days of my life.
for the rest of the days of my
What
life.
about a bed?
Yeah.
All right, congratulations. We have your recommitment, renewal. You may kiss the bride, and then we'll break the glass.
All right, we're going to break the glass. Yes, traditional Jewish wedding. Okay, break the glass. Does Charlie want it? No. Jackson want to break the glass? Jackson, break the glass. Step. Now, you have some song? No, he's getting it ready. Okay, now we're going to dance out.
I want to tell first how we met. Back in 1972, I was working for the U.S. Geological Survey in Washington as a programmer. I was dating a girl there. I had a brand new cutlass. I had my own apartment. And I thought I was happy. My sister didn't think so. Arlene didn't think so. She didn't like the girl that I was dating at the time. So she and her mother-in-law came up with a list of 5 names. And I was dating this girl and also taking out the other girls. I went right down the list. And this started in like February. In May, I got down the bottom of the list. The last name on the list was Ellen Epstein. And we went out on May the 20th, and she won't let me forget that day. And it was magic. There was something about her that changed everything. And then, I guess I can tell you this. About 3 weeks later, she had been dating a guy in college, and she told him that things were over. She met somebody else, and he kept calling her. And she comes to my house, my apartment, and says, "Can she stay there so he can't continue to call her?" And for whatever reason, she never left. That's been over 50 years, and I'm glad she never left because it's been fine. And then in August, which was just a couple months later, she was going to start teaching in Southern Maryland, which was like 70 miles away from Reston. And I thought that's just not going to work because we were happy. And so I said, why don't we just get married? And, at Christmas time was the first time off. She was teaching, and that was the first time off that we could get married. So we got married December 23rd, 1972. And there's people here who also got married in 1972, so there's something to be said for that year. There's a word in Yiddish, or German, B-E-S-H-E-R-T, beschert. And basically the concept is that you're made for each other. And I think we are. When you look at our likes, dislikes, our strengths, our weaknesses, our personalities, we blend together probably as well as any couple that you ever want to meet. So, and it can be used as a noun or something else, but she's my beschert. Okay. What also has been fun with her, well, one is both of us love to travel. And Ellen loves people and she loves to laugh. in India, she crashed a wedding. And she comes back 2 hours later, she had met the groom and the whole bit. Down there, she dragged me down to the wedding, and we just had a great time. On the Nile River, we took a Nile River cruise, and we didn't know it, but everybody on the boat besides us spoke French. So I thought, well, we're never going to talk to anybody. At night, they had dance programs, as activities. Well, you can guess who joined in first night. And everybody on the boat knew Ellen. They didn't know me, but they knew Ellen. And then in Thailand, we're up in the mountains, and we meet a group of Hmong people selling stuff. And she walks back with the scarf or hat. She had traded her baseball cap to the sales guy for his woven hat. The Ellis teacher, she had a student who was from Pakistan, Muslim family, and they were concerned that Ellen would not be fair to this little girl. I guess she was second grade or so. Ellen treated this girl perfectly. She went to the hospital when this girl was sick, and next month we're going to a reception for this person being married. She's now at the doctor. I guess laughter, as I said before, laughter is the best thing. We laugh a lot, and it just keeps the marriage fresh. So I guess that's the theme, be happy. And happy wife, happy life. Yeah. So with that, I'll turn it over to my happy wife.
Mine is prepared. No, wait a minute. I have to find it. I'll have to find where I put my speech. Make it up yourself. Make it up. Sorry about that. No, that's not. Well, we could dance, and then I could find because I don't know it by heart, just like him. No, I don't. Oh, and I'll just have to ad-lib.
Your story's got to get out.
Sorry about that. So, it's been wonderful. I forget my microphone. It's been a wonderful 50 years, and I wanted to say we've traveled all over the world, and we've traveled in the United States, and I really think that is one important ingredient to a happy marriage. We both like traveling. And we've actually been to California 66 times. It's hard to believe, but we would visit our grandkids when they were young, every 3 months. So, okay, I have to think of what I wrote. I know. Bob is not a picky eater. That's what I want to talk about. He's not a picky eater. He'll eat anything I'll make. And I want you to know he really appreciates my food, but I want to tell you a secret. I do not like to cook. Okay? So for the first 25 years, maybe I did cook. But then after that, I said, the heck with it, And I want to thank some of my friends here who have taken pity on me and given me food from time to time. And when we like to go out to restaurants, Bob likes leftovers. So he's very, very easygoing. He really is. And he's just a wonderful person. Now, I can't think of what else I wrote. I know what, now I remember. I wrote down all the people here who are going to be celebrating things, and see if I can remember. Susie and Jay, your anniversary is coming up, March 2nd, or is that right?
Correct.
Okay. Our friends Barbara and Mitch Dworkin will be married 50 years in April. That's right. And there are quite a few people who have been married over 50 years. The Mackmans over there, Dennis and Sandy Mackman, have been married like 51 years, or 52 years, 53? Oh, okay. And next to them, Debbie and Bernie Zager have been married 51 years. And let me see, I'll look around. Oh, my wonderful cousins, whom I met when I first met Bob. They were the first people I met, and they've been married 63 years. Unbelievable. And we're right over there. And my daughter-in-law, Jermaine, from California, her parents, Steve and Linda Kukovich, right over there. Raise your hand. They, just like us, they were married in September, 50 years. Okay. And Linda's sister, Sue, and her husband, Dave Cupper, have been married 50 years, and they had a wonderful celebration last year, I guess it was. Right. And let me see, other people whose birthdays are coming up. I'm trying to. I know there are some people who have birthdays coming up soon. I'm looking around. Oh yes, thank you. My wonderful neighbor Mauricio. He's right over there. He will be 89 in April or March 15th. Yes. So a lot of wonderful mitzvahs, a lot of wonderful things that happened, and a lot of things to come. So I guess that's it. Thank you.